Hi, thank you for tuning in. In this recording, I'm going to talk about past lives, parallel lives, and multidimensional levels of awareness, and how this can affect our nowness. Okay, so you're here in your now, and you're in this physical body, but you have had experiences on past lives, and there's things going on in parallel lives, and all of this stuff is happening simultaneously, and we are, I guess, the product of that. And so when we're navigating through our lives and things are coming up for us, and things are like triggering you maybe more than they would normally do. You're like, okay, this should not be bothering me. What is this? More than likely in a past life or a parallel life that something happened and that is triggering that memory. So we are brought into this world, and first we're separated by source, by God. And then we're in our mother's womb, and then we get separated. That's another separation, right, from our mother. And it was nice and comfy there, and you're just separated again. So there's two tears, main tears. If you're a twin flame, there's even more. So you're a twin flame, there's God, there's that separation, and then there's your twin, and then there's a separation from your twin, and then from your mother and your twin's mother's soul. So there's that separation, that huge separation gap right there. And so there's, you either will have a double separation or a triple separation. And anyways, when we're coming in, that all those separations torn, and then figuring out who you are, and then having the remembrance of like, oh yeah, I remember this place as soon as you come into your mother's womb. And so remembering the place that you've been, remembering the lives, it just kind of comes and hits you. If you're an old soul, of course. There's these newer hybrid babies that they're able to really handle their energies a little bit better. Some of them, they will still come with baggage, but not so many. I've seen some of my nieces and nephews that they're pretty clear. They do have a very karmatic life to clear up here. So depending on how old your soul is. So, I mean, that's a whole other type of thing. But right now, past lives and parallel lives, and so when we're clearing this and when things are coming up for us and we're clearing these past lives and parallel lives, and then there's other timelines too. So in this life, your current reality here, there's other timelines where fears are, I guess, kind of flowing in from, if you want to like kind of look at it as a funnel and seeing like, okay, this past life fear and this past life fear and this past life fear. Okay, I was murdered. I can't trust these people, and that person did something to me. So I don't know if you've ever met somebody and you're like, I cannot trust you. So remembering that is a past life right there. Past life connection. Or if you have the memory of, oh wow, you're really familiar to me, and yeah, we've done this, we walked this road before, yeah, that's another past life connection there. And then, I've been getting a lot of people telling me that they're people putting curses on them and getting them trapped up into this cycle of darkness. And I really want you to be aware and use your discernment too on who you are plugging into, who you're playing the game with, but if you're supposed to walk that path to clear certain energies, and that's part of your initiation, you're going to be melded into those type of situations no matter what. So everybody has their certain walk and their certain path, and some of us have had to clear up really ugly, nasty curses and stuff like that. So, these things happen. How do we clear them up? So in our energy field, what we can do once you get cracked open and you're really starting to opening up into your healing, what happens is like you're laid out with like this blueprint, right? And then you can see, okay, this is the contract. You made a contract here in a past life that states, I will never marry again, or I will never love again. Those are binding contracts which need to be broken, for one. break those contracts. And then there could be other contracts that you are telling yourself in this life. Maybe like if this doesn't happen to me, I'm going to end up doing this instead. And then you speak that vow into your existence. So like, today I was at the gym, for instance. So there was this lady, she was talking about her weight. She's like, I'd rather be fat and this and that than skinny, and I guess she didn't like the way a certain person looked that was skinny and slender and wore certain type of clothing. So she said she would rather be, her words, she used fat than skinny. So that right there, she's projecting it. She's putting that contract out into the world. So I much rather be this than that. So you see what she's doing there? She's closing all of the potentials of her to be thin. So, and maybe she just doesn't like that, and that's fine, but whatever it is, if you did do a contract like that, make sure that you like everything about yourself, and that you're healthy, because you could be healthy and eat healthy and be fine and still, and still be a little heavier just because that's how you like your body. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, anyways, making sure that whatever we are saying, whatever contracts that we're putting out into the world, that it is for your highest intent. It is something that you agree on. Okay, so go back into your vows, into your contracts that you've spoken out in this life that you're aware of, and start breaking them. Like, I'm breaking this vow, I'm breaking this vow, I'm breaking this vow. So start doing that. For your past life and parallel lives, that's a whole other type of gamut. So where you can go in and just ask to be shown what type of contracts and what is kind of bleeding over from a past life that, they're like, this doesn't feel like it's this life. This feels like it's something else. Like, okay, but really, this takes a level of getting to know yourself. This takes a level of knowing like who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in this current life, because we can have all these fears coming from these parallel lives and parallel realities. And I had an experience this weekend, actually. I had a memory, or it felt very like a parallel life, where my friend that I was with, she was actually taking me in to get evaluated and stuff like that. So I was like, oh wait, like that's a parallel life. It's not a past life. It's, it's happening simultaneously, like on another timeline. And really wanting to get back into this timeline and making sure that we are mending. What I use in my light language techniques is I can see where that is happening, and so I use like this mending tool. So we're mending it, so it's not a bleed over. Okay, so a bleed over can happen from a past life, so we want to mend the bleed overs. And I like to use light language when I'm doing that, and it does feel a nice shift when that happens. So if you can, just go in there, go into your templates and start mending, start rebuking those contracts, start, nope, that doesn't, put it in the fire. Like, does not serve me. I was not conscious. And then you often wonder, we wonder why, like, what made me do that contract? What made that woman say that contract? Was that her higher self? Was that her higher self? Was that her ego self? Or was it another gamer? A gamer could be like an entity that comes and kind of plays certain things. So have you ever wondered if you ever checked out while you were driving your car? Who's driving the car if you're not physically present? Okay, so sometimes gamers step in. So we want to knock all those gamers off. If you guys were on my 22-day Trust Love, you know what I'm talking about as far as the gamers go. So yeah, gamers, we want to knock out all the gamers. We want to knock out any past life bleedovers. We want to knock out any contracts that are binding you to certain things, places, foods, idealism of your body, self-consciousness, your fears, all that. We want to make sure we're sending all that up. Also, like your inner child, she could have told herself, or she could have been told something that is like she's really here, or she is really holding on to and believing in. So all of that, it just really, we want to clean all of that up, clear all of that up. And there's many ways for you to do that. I am offering my inner child healing course or healing practice currently, and we will be going deeper into past life, parallel lives, multidimensional levels of awareness. We'll be really diving into this soon. So, and then I'm going to have a light language transmission to clear all that up, to assist you in clearing that up, and assist you in seeing too of wow, like I am holding on to this. I didn't realize that, or I feel that shift. So we really want to remove these and not have to heal. There's healers that have been healing for years, 30 years, and that's too long. Like, no, we don't need to do that anymore. We really don't. So, to just stay connected to Source, stay connected to God. What feels right for you, go ahead and do that. If this is calling for you, come and join. If not, that's fine too. Peace and love and blessings to each and every one of you. And yeah, just if go in there, ask God, ask your higher self, ask Source to assist you in removing all of that. Okay? All right, thank you.